What if I told you there's a small country in the heart of Europe that quietly controls a quarter of the world's offshore wealth? A country that leads in innovation year after year and plays host to some of the most crucial diplomatic talks in modern history. No natural resources, no major military alliances, just pure, calculated power. How does Switzerland do it? Today, we'll break down how Switzerland uses its financial, innovative, and diplomatic capabilities to exert extraordinary influence on global and regional stage. And as you'll see, these aren't separate forces. They all work together, making Switzerland one of the most resilient, influential, and strategically vital countries on the planet. Let's start with the backbone of Switzerland's power: its financial system. On the surface, Switzerland might seem like it's all about mountains and secrecy, but beneath lies a global financial hub that has endured through recessions and geopolitical upheavals. Today, Swiss banks manage around $8 trillion in offshore assets, about 25% of the world's offshore wealth. How did Switzerland earn this trust? It all began in 1934 with the landmark banking secrecy law, which gave clients unparalleled confidentiality at a time when Europe faced constant political uncertainty. This law transformed Switzerland into a safe haven, drawing wealth from every corner of the world. But Swiss banking power isn't just rooted in secrecy, it's grounded in stability. With capital reserves over twice the global minimum, Swiss banks stand among the most capitalized in the world. The Swiss franc, too, is a global safe haven currency, retaining value even in turbulent times. This reputation means that during every economic crisis, from 2008 to COVID-19, global wealth finds refuge in Switzerland. Yet, in today's world, secrecy alone isn't enough. As transparency becomes the standard, Switzerland has adapted, pioneering sustainable finance. It's no longer just about storing wealth, it's about growing it responsibly. Take this for example, Swiss banks manage over $4 trillion in sustainable and impact investments. Yes, that's trillion with a T, but what does this mean and why does it matter? Switzerland is leading a powerful shift towards sustainable finance, where investments don't just generate returns, they make a real difference. In fact, Switzerland has one of Europe's largest green bond markets, allowing investors to fund renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and clean technologies, with Swiss banks at the forefront. As the global demand for environmentally responsible investing grows, Switzerland's focus on sustainability is setting a new standard. Why this path? Because Swiss banks know the future of finance lies in ESG, environmental, social, and governance-focused investing. Today's clients want their wealth to work for the planet, not just sit idle. Swiss banks meet this demand with carbon offset portfolios and green investment advisory, making them leaders in this transformative space. And it's not just ethical, it's smart. Swiss banks combine their expertise in wealth preservation with foresight into emerging trends like blockchain and cryptocurrency. With decades of honed strategies, they ensure that clients' wealth remains secure while growing steadily over time. So, what are these strategies and why are they so effective? Swiss banks don't just diversify across typical assets like stocks or bonds. They broaden investments into real estate, precious metals, and even art. What's truly unique, though, is their strategy of diversifying across currencies too. Unlike most banks, Swiss wealth managers spread investments across a range of global currencies, reducing risks tied to geopolitical shifts or currency fluctuations, a critical edge for international clients. And it doesn't stop there. Swiss private banking is designed to go above and beyond traditional portfolios. Ultra-high net worth clients are offered bespoke financial strategies that align perfectly with their personal goals, from legacy planning to philanthropy. This isn't just about securing returns, it's about ensuring wealth is preserved across generations, all while minimizing taxes and preparing for unexpected economic shocks. Finally, Swiss banks use advanced, multi-layered risk management techniques. Beyond diversification, they employ derivatives and structured products to hedge against market downturns. By securing certain prices or insulating against volatile sectors, they allow clients to benefit from growth opportunities while staying protected from sudden losses. It's this meticulous, highly protective approach that makes Switzerland not just a financial hub, but a global leader in wealth preservation. Switzerland's financial prowess isn't just about wealth, it's the foundation that fuels an ecosystem of groundbreaking innovation. With resources from banking and a culture of precision, Switzerland has propelled itself from crafting the world's finest watches to leading in cutting-edge technologies like quantum computing and biotech. So, how did this small country evolve into one of Europe's most advanced innovation hubs? Let's dive in. The story starts with Switzerland's precision engineering, a legacy that began with the country's dominance in watchmaking. Swiss watches, brands like Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Omega, aren't just luxury items, they are feats of engineering. This focus on precision and craftsmanship created a national culture obsessed with detail, reliability, and technological perfection. But what's truly fascinating is how this tradition of precision evolved into a broader innovation culture. The methods perfected in watchmaking, meticulous attention to detail, innovation in small-scale mechanics, and mastery of materials laid the groundwork for Switzerland's ventures into more advanced industries like biotechnology and quantum physics. Despite being a small country, Switzerland exports more than $20 billion worth of watches annually, making it the largest watch exporter in the world. But that's just the beginning of their innovation story. Switzerland is home to some of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world, like Novartis, Roche, and Lonza. Together, they control a huge share of the global pharmaceutical market, generating over $125 billion in revenue each year. Why is this important? Because Swiss companies are pioneering some of the most impactful advances in biomedical innovation, from gene therapy to cutting-edge cancer treatments. Switzerland's pharmaceutical giants are global leaders in R&D, reinvesting nearly 20% of their revenue into new innovations, which is why so many breakthrough treatments trace their origins to Swiss labs. But it's more than just impressive numbers. Switzerland's education system and robust government support for R&D create the perfect environment for groundbreaking discoveries. Consistently ranked among the top 3 in the Global Innovation Index, Switzerland's collaborative ecosystem, bridging universities, private companies, and government initiatives, drives this engine of progress. So the real question is, where will Switzerland's influence take us next? Switzerland isn't resting on its reputation, it's pushing the boundaries of what's possible in cutting-edge technology, particularly in quantum computing. Quantum computing, which promises to transform fields like cryptography, AI, and drug discovery, is Switzerland's next frontier. Institutions like ETH Zurich are leading groundbreaking research, exploring the immense potential of quantum mechanics. But Switzerland's leadership in quantum computing goes beyond just research. The government's proactive support, coupled with partnerships between academia and industry, has made Switzerland a global hub for quantum innovation. With investments in quantum infrastructure and collaborations with tech giants like Google, IBM, and Microsoft, Switzerland is positioning itself as a key player in this field. Why does this matter? Because the future of technology hinges on quantum breakthroughs, from secure communications to powerful new computing abilities. And with its precision-driven culture and forward-thinking tech policies, Switzerland is set to be at the heart of this quantum revolution. But innovation doesn't happen in a vacuum. Switzerland's success in industries like biotech, pharmaceuticals, and quantum computing is a result of an ecosystem that nurtures innovation at every level. For instance, Switzerland boasts one of the highest numbers of patents per capita in the world, an indicator of just how inventive this small country is. There's also the fact that Swiss universities consistently rank among the best globally, fostering talent that feeds directly into industry. Add to these the pro-business regulations and a tax-friendly environment, and you have a perfect storm for technological breakthroughs. Switzerland's Innovation Park network, which connects entrepreneurs, researchers, and investors across the country, has become a launching pad for high-tech startups, many of which are focused on fields like AI, robotics, and quantum technologies. But here's the key question: can Switzerland maintain its dominance in the global race for technological innovation, especially as other nations like China and the US ramp up their own efforts? One thing's for sure, Switzerland's unique blend of precision, education, and collaboration will keep it ahead in the game. Switzerland's innovative spirit not only drives technological advancements, but also enhances its role on the global stage. As a leader in innovation, the nation has cultivated an environment where diplomatic solutions thrive, allowing it to leverage its technological expertise in international negotiations. But what makes Switzerland the world's go-to mediator, and how has it managed to maintain its status as a neutral power in a turbulent global landscape? Switzerland's diplomatic strength is rooted in its long-standing neutrality, which was formally recognized at the Congress of Vienna in 1815. Unlike other nations that often choose sides in global conflicts, Switzerland has maintained a policy of non-involvement in military alliances and international disputes for more than 2 centuries. Why? The logic is simple but powerful. By remaining neutral, Switzerland can act as a trusted mediator for all parties, no matter how heated the conflict. This neutrality isn't just a historical stance, It's embedded in the Swiss constitution. Throughout the 20th century, Switzerland avoided entanglements in both world wars, maintaining its non-alignment while still providing humanitarian aid to those affected by the wars. This refusal to take sides cemented its role as a neutral hub for global diplomacy. Despite being in the heart of Europe, a region riddled with wars over centuries, Switzerland has not been involved in an armed conflict since 1815. This is a testament to the effectiveness of their neutrality policy. Today, Switzerland's diplomatic influence can be felt around the globe. Geneva, often referred to as the diplomatic capital of the world, is home to over 40 international organizations and more than 400 NGOs. But the most prominent among them is the United Nations. Since 1946, Geneva has hosted the European headquarters of the UN, making it a key venue for some of the most important global negotiations in modern history. Why is Geneva so critical? It's not just about geography. Switzerland's neutrality allows it to facilitate peace talks between nations that would otherwise refuse to meet on another's turf. From nuclear disarmament talks to ceasefire negotiations between warring nations, Geneva is where the world comes to make peace. Here's a striking example. In 2015, the Iran nuclear deal, an agreement that aimed to limit Iran's nuclear capabilities, was negotiated in Switzerland. The talks involved complex negotiations between world powers like the US, Russia, China, and Iran. The fact that Switzerland was trusted to host such high-stakes negotiations speaks volumes about its diplomatic prowess. Switzerland's neutral ground has hosted countless historic moments, but this role as a mediator doesn't happen by accident. The country has developed a sophisticated infrastructure to facilitate diplomacy, with dedicated teams of professional diplomats and mediators trained in conflict resolution. But Switzerland's diplomatic influence extends beyond just politics. The country is also the birthplace of humanitarian diplomacy. It was a Swiss man, Henry Dunant, who founded the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, in 1863 after witnessing the horrors of war during the Battle of Solferino. The Swiss Red Cross operates under the Geneva Conventions, another hallmark of Swiss diplomacy. The Geneva Conventions, first established in 1864, set the standards for the humane treatment of war victims, another major achievement in Switzerland's long tradition of advocating for peace and neutrality. Switzerland's neutrality isn't just a relic of the past, it's actively shaping the present. One of the most striking recent examples was in 2021, when Switzerland hosted a critical summit between US President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin. At a time of high tension between the two nations, Switzerland once again proved to be the ideal neutral ground for open dialogue. But why Switzerland? Why does the world's most powerful nations still trust Switzerland for sensitive negotiations? The answer lies in Switzerland's unwavering commitment to neutrality. By not aligning with any military alliances such as NATO, Switzerland maintains its status as an independent mediator. This ensures that both sides in any dispute feel safe conducting negotiations without fear of bias or political manipulation. In fact, Switzerland has acted as a protecting power for several countries, representing the diplomatic interests of nations that have cut ties with one another. For example, during the Cold War, Switzerland represented the interests of the United States in Cuba and of Cuba in the US. This system continues today, with Switzerland representing US interests in Iran since 1980. Switzerland's ability to navigate the complex web of international relations while staying above the fray has made it an indispensable player in modern diplomacy, whether it's nuclear talks, humanitarian efforts, or protecting the diplomatic interests of nations in conflict. Switzerland's neutrality and expertise in mediation make it the ultimate diplomatic powerhouse.